Hey, I'm Tony K. Welcome to Transformation School. Today's lesson is Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class, Drift. If you'd like to skip to transformation from vehicle to robot mode, go to
7
minutes in the video. Let's get started. Here we have Drift in robot mode right out of the package. And he comes with 2 long swords and 2 short swords. He has 4 storage places on his backpack. Peg hole here, 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 and here. Which gives you a little variety of storage options and display options for your action figure. So you could put the small ones in the back, further back, angled. How I was displaying mine to make transformation easiest, I had my short daggers below the windshield, connected to the roof of the car as opposed to the rear hatch. This allowed me to have the daggers in place during transformation to vehicle mode. When I tried them in these holes end up pegging into the feet after transformation. Now, with the daggers pointing upwards, you can leave these in place during transformation, but when this back hatch comes down, it was bending my daggers and popped one of them off just like that. So you've got to make your decision on how to display it and what you're going to do for transformation. And another aspect of that, when it's in vehicle mode, you do have the daggers up towards the windshield. That doesn't bother me so much. So, for transformation from robot to vehicle mode, we'll set his long swords off to the side. I'm going to unpeg his backpack, bring his feet forward a bit, and the hood of the car, I'm going to rotate on this hinge below the windshield. This whole assembly, the roof, the windshield, the hood of the car, has a lot of rotation and movement available to help you get this free and out into vehicle mode. We're going to move down to his feet, and at the ankle, his toes fold up towards the knee. We'll repeat on both sides. Coming to the rear side, there's a small section that folds up to form the back panel of the car. Repeat on the other side. Next, we're going to rotate the head. The chest is the front of the car. It pegs into the under chest, so we can rotate that up towards the shoulders, but the head continues on its own pivot point to fold into his abdomen space. This section was pegged into his back earlier, but we can push that up towards the windshield and fold the back hatch down. And now we're going to rotate the roof of the car back and bring it down towards the front. We'll bring the rear section of the car. We've got 2 pegs on one foot and 2 peg holes on the other foot. We'll peg those together. Here we have 2 peg holes in the back of the car that peg into 2 of the holes from the backpack. We'll collapse this. We'll straighten the doors and the arms. There's a space behind this thigh guard where his hand will tuck into. On this side, we'll close this whole panel in. We've got a peg at the back of the door. I'll call that a tab. That slots in to the back of the car. A couple of pegs and slots at the front of the car. Let's check that out on this other side. This whole shoulder rotates up just to bring the arm in closer to the body of the car. So we've got a peg up here, and we'll fold the door in. We got the tab and the slot in the back. And with our daggers stored inside the vehicle, we have weapon storage on the bottom for the long swords. We've got 2 symmetrical holes here. Sword pegs into either one. And here we have drift in vehicle mode. Now for transformation from vehicle mode into robot mode, we'll remove the weapons from underneath. The 2 long swords. We'll open the door. We'll repeat on the other side. Now there's a little pivot in the shoulder, 2 pivot point right in here. There was also a tab up here. Yeah, that tab comes off pretty easy. So we're going to pivot this out, just like that. We'll repeat that on the other side, pivoting this whole arm and shoulder section out. I can free the arm and that'll help. And that was it. Just a little bit of motion there. We're going to lift up on the entire roof of the car. And let's rotate this back hatch. It has an L-shaped bracket that folds up. And let's go to the feet. We'll separate the feet, fold it down, repeat on the other side. We've got this whole ankle panel. We'll rotate that back and then fold this section toward the center of the body. And repeat on the other side. Fold this section in. We'll come to the hood of the car. We're going to fold that under. And then we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. So the front of the car is now pointing towards what was the back of the car. Or if he's standing, we got the back hatch up towards the top and the windshield towards the bottom. We'll rotate the grill of the car, the chest, into place and continue the head on that same axle up into position. We'll fold this door up towards the shoulder and repeat on the other side. And now we've got a little motion here in the shoulders, but we'll push those up towards the head. We've got underneath our windshield and the roof of the car, we have this section which will peg in underneath the back of the head to hold the backpack in place. Let's pull these swords out for display. Peg that backpack back in below the head. And we've still got our long swords. And here we have our Ken Watanabe, our drift action figure in robot mode. That concludes today's lesson. Class dismissed.